So, hello everyone. Here Suryavan, and this is my first video. And I have taken a topic SPAC, which is also known as blank check company. The full form, obviously, special purpose acquisition companies. But the thing is, what does this SPAC do? So let's take an example. Just wait. Hmm. So this is let's take this is an company, right? And it goes for IPO to raise a fund, and then it goes to achieve a target company or to take a target company, right? So for this, we have a company. This is a shell company. It don't have any operation or nothing like that. It will just raise a fund over here, and finally it will acquire some company. So this is the brief structure of SPACs, and which is quite famous in US market, but not in Indian market. And so I have also written the main process, and that is first process creating of SPAC. Second is initial public offering, and then we have evaluating and acquiring target company, and then we have DSPAC, right? So, so what are the here this all process is actually formulated in this form. So, what are sponsors? So, sponsors are PE players, or we can say some management teams. So, they create a SPAC company over here. So, these are our first process, right? And then, what's the next process? Initial public offering. So, what they do, this SPAC will go to initial public offering, and these investors and these sponsors will go to and raise. So, they will invest in these SPAC companies, right? These pack companies further will take some time. Let's take, generally it is seen that they take around 18 to 24 months, 1.5 2 years something, to get the target company and to acquire it. And finally the whole acquisition process, which this SPAC company will move to target company, and finally they form a new company, which is public company only, because they got demerged, or rather sorry, demerge not, they get a merge over here to form a public company. So the that process is called as de-SPAC process, right? So this is the whole structure of it. And then we have global presence. So I have taken a report of CB Insights, which is global analyticals and market intelligence, which provides reports on private companies and investors. So what we have seen, out of total SPAC targets, around 79% of total are in the US, United States only. And you can see the China have Israel and Canada. So these are the other participants, and rest you can see 9% only is there. So we can simply say we have, so India obviously falls in this only in 9%. So this is the whole target of what SPACs are in this whole world. And then we will move to SPAC fundraising as per Scuders. The Scuders is a MNC. So it's not an MNC. It's apologies. It's a AMC, asset management company, British at AMC. So what they have done, they have evaluated out of the total US IPO fundraising, how much proportion of fundraising contributes of SPAC fundraising, right? So if we'll analyze this chart, so we can simply see. So the moment which is over here, so we can take a year of 2019 to 20. So we have seen there is a huge spike of around some 50% over here, right? And the other process is quite, I mean, in from 2003 to rest 2019 was not that much movement was there for SPAC fundraising. So the moments have actually drastically increased from 2019, and like I mean, from you can simply say in Corona also they had increased a lot. They have taken this fundraising a lot over here. So that was the one part. And okay, and coming towards advantages. So the simple advantage is actually the SPAC process generally takes 3 to 4 months to merger. So we have seen over here. So this SPAC company will merge to target company. For it will take 18 to for it will take around 18 to 24 months. And for this SPAC and this target company will form a new company, it will take around 3 to 4 months, right? So so this process takes only 3 to 4 months. Whereas if there is no concept of SPAC, right? So we have a traditional IPOs of around generally it takes 18 to 24 months. So the process is actually a very quite less. So the duration is quite actually less over here. And then obviously the SPAC investors are more probably are the sponsors only. So they get some experienced leadership over here, so they provide their expertise and all over here. Obviously we have a challenges also. So there's a deadly timeline. So as we seen, they only take 3 to 4 months to they make their full-fledged merger. So the deadly, so generally they don't get a lots of time to make all that. So there is a huge pressure on them to do their compliances. But it's also seen that okay, there's a less diligence requirement too. So I mean, unlike so in traditional IPO, there's a huge filing, there's a huge due diligence is going on. But in this case, the Securities Exchange Commission generally they have not made so much stringent requirement. So there might be chances of fraud also. You can. So this is the one we can say challenges which are currently seen. Now coming towards largest pack. So Bill Ackman is a hedge fund manager and he's the CEO of Pursuing Square. So if you'll see we have total around the largest fund which has raised from SPAC is around $4 billion, and we can see the rest are also over here. So they have also raised around $1 billion funds. So you can see the fundraising is actually increasing a lot through this route. So so now we will come back towards SPAC in India, which is one of the most important part. So the thing is, SPAC generally takes around 18 to 24 months to, as we have seen earlier, only to find a target company. But Indian Companies Act, what they have the strike of the name of, we have a one provision in Indian Companies Act where they generally see if a company is not commencing its operation within 1 year of incorporation, those generally they strike off the names of this. So this is the one, and it's not possible, and it's not possible for SPAC to generally find a target company within 1 year only. So this is one challenge. And secondly, SEBI has also given SEBI has also given some threshold limit. So generally in Indian, we'll see while when companies go for IPOs, there's a stringent threshold requirements of operational profit, net tangible assets that the company should have, and they should maintain this much requirements and all. But obviously, as a SPAC companies, they don't have an historical operations over here. So that is one again very difficult part on Indian per se. They will definitely going to achieve this SPAC. So this threshold limit and this creates a quite hurdle for Indian market to take this SPAC route. So now, but government is taking some, or they are researching to how they can implement this SPAC in India. Yeah, so this was from my side. Yeah, so if you have any doubt, you can just reach me out to my email or my Insta ID. Yeah, so thank you so much. Bye bye.